it just continues to get worse and worse. I'm almost out of things to say at this point. Um, we got news today as Lonzo Ball had a press conference and he was talking to the media as today's the day before he gets surgery, which is obviously tomorrow, September 28th. And he said all the details that he wanted to share with the media about his injury and everything that he's feeling. And we got some very troublesome news right now as this continues to be a problem. I am not happy with how this is all going, but I think this is something that a lot of Bulls fans need to just come to terms with that this dude, unfortunately, he has some serious injury issues. I think we're in that point where we have to understand that whatever we get with Lonzo with his his great play also comes with injuries. And I know a lot of Bulls fans don't want to accept that, but it's the reality of the situation. So let's go through some of the details that we got today, and I'll give you some of my thoughts on this. So what Lonzo said to us today was that through this 8 months of rehab after his surgical procedure, he still can't run or jump yet. That's not good, as obviously we're 8 months since his surgery back in January, and he still can't run and jump. That's very concerning to all of us, and obviously you need to do that to play basketball, so that's not good at all. I'm very, very concerned that I heard that today, but it gets even worse because then he shared this with us that Lonzo still can't even do like day-to-day activities like just getting up the stairs, and then even the doctors are confused by this, and I feel like the doctors have a right to be confused by this because my God, this is extremely confusing. Um, Lonzo doesn't even know what's happening, so it makes complete sense to me that this is all very confusing and the doctors don't know what to do. Because all reports have said that it's been that the surgery was successful. So obviously this is something that is just a big, big issue. Um, so there's a little more that I want to talk about that Lonzo shared, which is that he had an MRI on his knee and it says that there's nothing there. Uh, that's not good at all. To me, that says that this might be arthritic and that there is no, damage to his knee. He's just gonna have pain there for a while. And that really makes me concerned about his entire career moving forward. As we've seen before that NBA players they've had issues with their knee that it ruins their career. So we need to start preparing as Bulls fans for the absolute worst. And I mean it now, and I'm not joking because we thought this was going to be a 6 to 8 week thing. We thought he'd be returning last season, didn't. We thought he'd be fully recovered during the summer. He never fully recovered and he's having another surgery. And the stuff before the details before the surgery is even happening doesn't make me feel good. So we can't think as Bulls fans that this surgery is going to fix everything. And I think even Lonzo and his team understands that this surgery might not fix everything. They may go in there and find nothing wrong, and it's just that Lonzo's just going to continue to have pain that he has to work through. So we need to start thinking as Bulls fans. All right, it's time. It's time to start thinking Lonzo Ball is not going to play uh, for the he might not play for the rest of the season, and for his career, I'd be very concerned right now. I don't know what else to say about this because who knows how long this is going to take. This is obviously taking much longer than it should. This might just be a career long thing, and I think Bulls fans need to start coming to terms with that because that is the worst case scenario. Hopefully, it's not that. If it's not that, then awesome. Then we thought worst case scenario, we got something better. But this is not out of the realm of possibility that this is a long term thing. And I'm thinking that his career might be derailed. Not saying it's over. It's just that he is gonna experience some serious issues if he continues to play basketball. Because I don't know if his knees are just right. I really question it. So, as I said before, we need to start thinking the worst. That Lonzo's career is might be even in jeopardy. But at the bare minimum, I want you to think that Lonzo Ball is not going to be here for this season because as this news, every time we get updates from about Lonzo, it's never good. It just gets worse, right? We're expecting for it to be better, but instead it's just worse news. And so, or sorry, that's not what I want. And so I said to Bulls fans, I said in my past video, I've been saying to people and that I talked to, I've been saying it on Twitter. You need to start thinking that Lonzo Ball is not going to be here for this entire season for multiple reasons. Obviously, with Lonzo, we don't want to put the pressure on him to be like, come back quicker. Bulls The Bulls know, and Lonzo knows that if his surgery is successful, that his rehab is going to take as long as he needs to, because you cannot risk this. Obviously, he hasn't played in January. He needs to get back into game shape. Obviously, his knees are an issue. So we're not trying to get him back into shape as quickly as possible. He needs to take as much time as possible to make sure he's 100%. But here's the other part. If you're a Bulls player right now, or if you're any of the coaches like Billy Donovan, you cannot be thinking throughout this entire season, oh, Lonzo's going to come back and he's going to help us. Oh, Lonzo's going to come back and save us. No, that is something that cannot be thought about right now. You, as a Bulls player, and as a Bulls on the Bulls team, being a coach, and us as Bulls fans, need to start thinking that Lonzo Ball is out for the rest of the season, because we cannot get into that mode that, oh, we have reinforcements coming. This is the team right now. So starting today, from here on out, we can't be thinking, oh man, I wish Lonzo was here. Oh man, I wish we're going to get I can't wait to get Lonzo back. No, that's gone today, because this right now, you have to think that this is going to take forever for him to get back, and there is no guarantee that he is coming back for this season. So Lonzo Ball right now is out for the season in all of our heads right now. That's how we should act, as if he is out for the season. It sucks. I know it sucks. This is just the reality, though. And in my video that I posted this morning, you could tell that AK, he talked about continuity, but the reason why he's doing this continuity is to see if he can get more time to evaluate these guys. And I guarantee you that he is evaluating this Lonzo Ball situation very closely. Him and Mark Eversley, they're thinking to themselves, this has to be evaluated, and we have to make a decision on this soon. So, at least in my opinion, from here on out, Lonzo Ball is not the point guard of the future for this team. I know he's signed to 3 years and $20 million annually. I know he has that guaranteed money right now. But in my head, I'm not thinking that Lonzo Ball is the guaranteed point guard of the future. If he comes back this season, yes, I want him starting at point guard if he's able to. But even if he does come back, in my head right now, he's not guaranteed that point guard spot anymore, because his injury issues are too much right now for this Bulls team. We cannot wait around for him to get 100% healthy. It's just not possible. This is the NBA. I know it sucks, but this is how it goes. And for this Bulls team to continue moving forward, we can't just wait around for someone to get healthy. It's just not possible. So, in my head, Lonzo Ball is not the point guard of the future anymore for this team. It looked like he was set to be that for the next at least 4 seasons when he signed that contract. His injuries have completely taken that out of the equation. So I have started thinking about some internal options. I've actually written an article about this. You guys are going to see that work a little bit later. I'm not going to post it just yet for you guys to see, but I have written that I do think that Ayo Dosunmu needs to start. We need to start thinking as Ayo Dosunmu as the point guard of the future for this team, at least for internally. But who knows? AK and Mark Eversley, because they're seeing how problematic this is, they may go out and make a move, because this is part of the evaluation process with this whole thing. I think they're starting to get to that point now, and as Bulls fans are as well. Lonzo Ball, I'm sorry, it's just we can't be waiting around for you. We cannot just sit around and wait for you to get healthy, and we need to start making that big, critical, and tough decision whether he's going to be the point guard of the future for this team. I don't think we're going to get rid of him, because obviously his trade value is extremely low right now. It'd be stupid to trade Lonzo Ball, because we're not going to get anything for him, and he's also under contract for 3 more seasons, so there's no reason that anyone's gonna take that contract for an injury-prone player. But I do think that we need to start thinking that if Lonzo gets back, awesome, then that's great. But moving forward, for the coaching staff, for the players, and for the front office, I don't think Lonzo Ball is gonna be here for the season, and we need to make our moves around that reality. So that's really sad. It's just a sad part of the game, but we've seen before, injuries are a part of the game. AK even said it in his press conference. And yeah, it's a tough reality. So, last thing I want to just say, I actually recorded a video. I recorded this a take earlier, and I hated how I started it. I started with this, but I'm going to end with this. We need to stop, as Bulls fans, acting as if we're doctors or we're medical professionals all of a sudden, because the amount of people after the news came out today, the amount of people that were just like, why didn't he he should have gotten the surgery sooner. Like, it's just stupid, the amount of comments I see about that, acting as if we know everything. Like, Lonzo Ball this stuff is private to him, right? He gets to share when he wants to share it to the media. The medical professionals know more than us, even though that they're confused and like the doctors confused of what's happening. They still know more than us. Okay, the team doctors still know more than us. Lonzo Ball himself knows more than anybody. So we need to stop acting as if we're smarter than Lonzo Ball. Stop doing that. Only he knows his body, and I'm sure that there's a lot of medical stuff that is being held back from even after all the details that he revealed today. There's probably a bunch of stuff that wasn't told to the media, and he has every right to keep that to himself. So stop acting as if you know Lonzo's body more than he knows his own body. Stop saying that. That is ridiculous. And just the stuff like, why didn't Lonzo get surgery sooner? Like, it's stupid. Stop. Just stop. We do not know anything. We as Bulls fans do not know anything. Now, if you're a doctor and you from the stuff that we know, you think that he should have gotten surgery sooner, I'm more than willing to listen to you. But we should stop acting as if Lonzo should have gotten the surgeries. So, like, we knew that Lonzo should have gotten the surgery sooner. We don't know that at all. I'm fine with you saying your opinion that, from the stuff that we know, and you admit that you're not a medical professional, saying that he probably should have gotten it sooner. But let me just tell you, man, I know someone pretty close to me that had a surgery, and it's been quite a while since their surgery, and I still don't think they're fully recovered. If they had another surgery right now, it would ruin them medically. Like, they would never medically recover right now. I know they're older than Lonzo, but like, we're all different. We're all human, and I know that these guys seem like superhumans, but at the end of the day, they're still human. Lonzo's human, so this is a serious thing that we can't just be like, oh, because one person had a meniscus tear and then got another quick surgery and they're fine, then we should do the same to Lonzo. He'll be fine. We don't know that. So it's just something that we need to keep in mind. Please do not act as if you know Lonzo's body more than he knows his own body. That's stupid. All right. Um, and unfortunately for this Bulls team, the point guard position, obviously starting with Derrick Rose, just seems cursed with injuries. Obviously, Derrick was, had a torn ACL, but even before the torn ACL, it just seemed like Derrick would always still get like hampered with like little nagging injuries that would keep him out for games. Obviously, the Rajon Rondo one, which was that the Bulls were up 2-0 in a series against the Boston Celtics when they were the 8th seed, and then he doesn't play for the rest of the series, and the Bulls lose 4 straight. Chris Dunn was obviously injury prone. The Kobe White one, he didn't start every single game, but this was also the 72 game season, so I don't really think this one counts, honestly. And also, Kobe didn't start every game. But then obviously Lonzo last season, he played career low in games in a season, and this season's off to a horrible start. As in my opinion, I think he's out until at least January. But right now, again, in my head, as we all should in our heads think, oh no, Lonzo's out for the rest of the season because Billy Donovan thinks it. We should all think it. So I'm happy that Billy Donovan and the Bulls are thinking, all right, Lonzo's out for the season. This is the team. This is the team that we have to prepare for prepare with, because we can't be thinking and sitting around for Lonzo to get back. There is no reason to do that at all. But to end this on a high note, because this is still it just continues to get worse, man. I don't know what else to say. Uh, Ayo Dosunmu. I made a Twitter thread of why I think Ayo Dosunmu is going to be very, very important for this team, and his importance continues to go up every single day because the Lonzo Ball news continues to get worse. I think personally that the Bulls need to start acting as if he's the point guard of the future, especially if he starts showing out this season. I've made it clear that it's important to re-sign him this upcoming offseason. The Bulls cannot sign him to the contract extension due to it was only a 2-year deal. But the good thing is that the Bulls kept their mid-level exception, the full mid-level exception for the offseason. So they'll have the money to re-sign Ayo Dosunmu. But in my head, he's all of a sudden become the top of the point guard charts, because this is the guy that I think we need to start acting as if he's going to be running this team moving forward at the point guard position, because Lonzo Ball's stuff continues to just get worse and worse and worse. But I expect a big season from Ayo, and I am very excited to see his improvement during the offseason, and obviously him. I think he's going to be starting. That's just my opinion, but I do not know. But I personally would love for him to start, because I think that this is going to be a big year for Ayo Dosunmu, and I hope you guys are excited to see him as well. But that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.